Hello, thank you for taking a moment to watch this video, and on this particular training we are now going to turn on our contact sync. So at this point we've talked about sync rules, which records need to sync between the two systems, right? We've also talked about field mappings, custom field mappings, default field mappings, which data points need to sync between the two systems. These are really important because once you get the data syncing between the two systems, you're going to be using this data to create filters to identify records in PhoneBurner that need to be called or records in HubSpot that have been called and need to be updated. So it's really important to take some time and consider exactly what data you need to map between the two systems. But once you've created all of this stuff, once you've got all of that stuff updated, now it's time to review and turn it on. So we're going to click on the review button, and here's just going to be a quick little summary of what we're doing. We're syncing up contacts from PhoneBurner to HubSpot, HubSpot to PhoneBurner. We don't have any filters in our sync rules. And then we've got 24 fields that we're going to be mapping and updating between the two systems. And now we're ready to turn it on. Obviously, if something in here doesn't seem right, you want to go back and make those changes. Another thing I'll point out is that you can update the sync rules and field mappings after you've turned on the sync. However, once a record is synced over to PhoneBurner, changing the sync rules does not delete the record on the PhoneBurner system. It exists on PhoneBurner once it's added there, and the only way you're going to get it removed from PhoneBurner is if you delete it from PhoneBurner. Now, I don't necessarily recommend that you delete it from PhoneBurner. I'd recommend that you just move it to a different folder. If you sync all contacts from HubSpot to PhoneBurner, once they're synced over, they're synced over. And now you got to start moving data around. So just kind of keep that in mind, but I'm going to go ahead and save and sync. And now my contact sync is in progress. It's going to start taking the contacts from HubSpot and syncing them over to PhoneBurner, and from PhoneBurner over to HubSpot. You can see the progress here. And I don't have a lot of data, so it's going to wrap up pretty quickly. So now let's jump over to PhoneBurner. Take a quick look here. I'm going to go to my contacts folder. This is my default folder. Any contacts that sync from HubSpot over to PhoneBurner, by default, they're going to go into whatever folder is configured as your default folder. So here you can see I've got contacts that have come over. And here you can see any specific details that I've got coming over from HubSpot are in fact coming over to PhoneBurner. And depending on the date, depending on the type of field it is, right? Like, let's take, for example, Walter. Let's go and find that record over here in HubSpot. Open up a new tab. Do a quick search for Walter. So you can see that checkbox is set to yes. That date field 9/12/2019 matches what we're seeing over in PhoneBurner. If I make a change to this, let's say I update this to 10/3 and save it, and then refresh over here, you can see it's updated. I do want to point out that changes that you make in the HubSpot system will get over to PhoneBurner faster than changes made in PhoneBurner will get over to HubSpot. And the reason why is HubSpot knows when you save a contact record on the HubSpot system. HubSpot does not know immediately when a change is made on the PhoneBurner system. So there's a little bit of a delay there. It can be 5-10 minutes from when you make a change on the PhoneBurner system to when you'll actually see that change over in the HubSpot system. So just kind of keep that in mind. Now that's it for this specific training video. I hope this has helped you better understand how to take advantage of the HubSpot data sync between PhoneBurner and HubSpot. Thanks again, and happy dialing.